Hey everyone. Hopefully you can see and hear me. I don't know why both computers are not working right today. Even this old one, which was set up and working fine when I unhooked it, is not working today. Um so I quickly made a makeshift. Is it this one? Yeah. So this looks the same, I think, to everyone, but it's not really the same. Like I don't know if these are the edits from when I last used this computer. But I can't do any full screen. uh I can't show you anything full screen, I don't think. Let me try something. Hold on. If I add another window, try this full screen. That one. Ugh, this is a mess. Hold on. So it's going to be very awkward working like this for me on my end, because now I have to hit all these different buttons. Okay, I haven't even downloaded everybody's stuff yet. Give me a second here. But for those of you new, welcome to my photo editing live stream. It's normally goes a lot smoother than this, but I just let's see. Download where. Here they are. Let me delete all of these. Oops. Not this one. Delete all those. Okay. And download to where? I really don't know what happened today. All my technical issues. So 2Z001. Fractal. Ah, there's a lot here. 29 items. I'm gonna work fast today. Now I'm on the old computer, which was kind of slow. Pictures. Edits. There we go. Almost there. This. Ooh, nice one. All right. I think I got it. Close that. Close that. All right, let's go ahead and get started because I want to try and go to the photo walk today with the local photo club with David Brooks. So I'm gonna try and finish within an hour. Okay, so first one is, oh, this is nice. Really nice. I think all I have to do here is a little more saturated because composition is pretty close. I think a little less water and sky and we'll be all right. So let's do 16 by 9. Come over a little bit this way. And we're done. Now let's do a soft filter. Pull that back a little bit and let's crank up the saturation. And let's see, we can pull the tone curve down a little bit like this. A little bit up this way. Let's do some luminance on the sky. Add some sharpness. Turn off, that's off. Okay. And a little more contrast in the highlights. Try some dehaze. That usually pulls in the skies pretty well. Tiny bit of clarity. All right. See, where did my this? Let me see if this comes out. Wow, this is really nice. I wish you could see it full screen. It's just not. Is it? Window. Picture full. And I can. So I think that's my final edit there. So I just need a little bit of cropping and some pop. Right? Okay. Yeah, it is a cool shot, right? It's really interesting what's going on here. Who sent this one in? Ivan, yeah, really nice. But I think that's all I needed to do. I mean, there's a before and after. Just to kind of give you some idea. Okay, let's try. That's about the biggest I can make it. All right, let's try another one. This is really dark down here. Let me see where all the shadows are. Let me just pull this up and see what's in the shadows. Okay. Back off a little bit. I think the idea here is just to capture this one tree. There's a little bit of framing here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a square crop. And come in Just a little bit like so. Yeah. And let's see if we can bring some of the skies back with the haze. Nope, didn't help much. Let me back that off a little bit. I don't have any adjust colors, so a tiny bit of clarity. I don't think I can do it this way too well without doing that. Since there's not a lot of color here, I'm just gonna go monochrome. Because we just have basically green and blue, and not much blue at that. So let's try a monochrome. And try and make it somewhat punchy. I might have to redo the tone curve a little bit. Let that render. Who sent this in? Bob Tishmarsh? Not like you, Bob, to send me one like this. You normally have these really nice landscapes. Oh, I can see a little bit. I don't know if that's banding or if that's the clouds. Probably banding. I'll have to fix that. Hold on. Let me. What is causing it? Is it the clarity? Let me pull the clarity off. Yes, the clarity. All right. I'm going to try a little bit wider crop. 3x4. Maybe that'll... I don't think that works as well though. I like the square crop better. Let's do 1x1. Let's come in there. All right. Be a little tighter, but I don't want to crop too much of the other leaves out. Yeah, right smack in the middle, right? Let's add some vignette. Just sharpen it. Turn off this noise filter. What did you shoot with this time? The 12 to 50, same as always, EM5 with a 12 to 50. All right, let's see if this grain goes away. Yep. I think, let me put a red filter. Maybe that'll bring the blue sky in just a little more. We'll pull the dehaze back a little bit. A little more. Because the haze really crushes the shadows sometimes. I don't want to do that. I think we're good. I think that's where I'm gonna go. So there's kind of a before and after. Color just didn't work for me this time. But I like the way these leaves are framing the center tree. So yeah, I think, let me see if I can full screen it. Nope. Yeah, okay. There's a full screen. All right. Um, okay, let's move to the next one. I'm sorry to go through these so fast. I really want to try to get to the photo walk today. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay, we have a little pier. Um, let me see if I can pull the shadows out. Oh, that's weird. How come the settings haven't changed? Let's do that. Pull this off. So what? Let me see, Andy. I think you were trying to save the highlights here, and that's why you're so underexposed. So let's try auto gradation. Try to bring some of the shadows back in without killing the highlights. And let's bring the exposure back up again, but maybe we only need to do about one stop. All right, let's try a vivid bright. Yeah, we got to go black and white again because there's really no colors here either. Um, I mean, I kind of like the blues in here, but they're so faint. I don't think I'll be able to bring those back without killing the contrast in the image. Yeah. So that's not going to work. So let me go black and white again. Sorry, Andy. I do want to save the highlights here and the blues, but I can't do it with Workspace too well. Just make it really punchy. Try a moody green. I can add a little green tint. We'll do a little split toning because there's a lot of dark tones and bright tones, so we can split tone this a bit. You want to try green, huh? All right, let me see. Let's make the shadows kind of green. A little bit and pull back the highlights. Kind of reddish. Let's see if we can bring some of the blues back in the highlights. That kind of works. That green is weird though. I'm not a big fan of the green. I'm gonna turn the green off. I'm not a big fan of that green. Let's make the shadows reddish. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Phototronics. He said I suck. Yeah, I do what I can. All right. Let's see. Moody greens, the moody blues, eco cousins. Um, okay, I think I'm done. So there's a before and after. So I think I didn't have to crop this at all. I think the composition is really good already. Because I like how everything's kind of framed. It's just too bad if I were using like Lightroom or something, I could really pull these clouds back in, which is I think what you were going for with this exposure, because you did underexpose this quite a bit. But let me see if this shows full screen or not. Dang it, it never does. I'm just gonna have to work with you guys just working in this window. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So Let's see what we got here. Let's go. This is from David. I think that says, hold on. David Walnick. Let's see. Shout out for Phototronics. Okay, there you go. This could be, I think this could be a, let me try. Let me try Dramatic Tone 2. Yeah, I think that's it. And then just give it a little more punch with the dehaze button. And pull up the highlights a little bit more. Oops, that's the blue channel. Hold on. Hit it with the wonky hammer. Let's see. I just need a little bit more in the highlights. There. And it looks, I don't know why, but it looks a little crooked to me. Let me see. No, it's dead straight. So I think, oh, you know why? It's because of this down here. It just needs a little perspective correction. So let me do that. Let me just add sharpness while I'm in there. Let me try a little bit here. This is, let me check this line. This line is, we're okay. I think that'll do it. So final edit. That's what I would go with. You know, if you look at the before and after, you know, this is not bad, right? I like this little splash of red. So like a partial color might work too. And I'm wondering, I think a partial color, I can add the contrast back in. Let's try a really strong partial color. Go into the red. Maybe a regular partial color. That's not too bad either. So if we really exaggerate the dehaze and the clarity, and then I can play with the tone curve a little bit again. Let me reset it. I think that works too, right? Yeah, I like the partial color version too. All right, yeah, there's really a lot of nice pictures. Okay. Let's see. This is an interesting. I'm sorry, Phototronics. I have to go really fast today. I'd love to talk to you about your stuff, but yeah, the red worked, right? Nature, I like that too. This one here, I think a pop art filter would work. Let's try pop art 2. Oh, the colors aren't quite strong enough here. But I don't want to do black and white. I really want to capture all these colors. I'm going to have to crop out some of this parking garage over here on the right because it's a little bit too much in the image. Yeah, lose the sky maybe too, right, Bob? Where's my saturation? Let me do this. Am I on vivid? Let me try adding vivid. Really trying to exaggerate these colors. Do I have any color adjustments? Let me see. I do have some. So we need a little bit more stronger yellow. Yellow, orange, and red. All of these and the blues. Oh, I don't have to go on the photo walk until 2 o'clock, so I have some time. It's over an hour off. I'm fine, guys. I appreciate that though. Oh, thank you, Mike. Oh my God, yeah, don't watch my first live stream today. It was terrible. Okay, let's do a crop. I'm thinking get rid of most of this orange over here. See, maybe something in this range. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Every week you're so generous. It is appreciated a lot. Maybe we'll stay 4x3. Sure. Can come in here. Okay, so let's fix this perspective distortion. So I need to come up this way about that much. Maybe a little more. A little more. And then a little bit this way. Not that much. And let me crop this a little bit differently. A little bit tighter. And up to about this corner. Still a little bit wonky. Let's see. A little bit tighter on this side. Wow, Dave, thank you. I will definitely have some coffee because I'm about. Actually, I need to tilt it a little bit before I do this perspective correction. Let's see. It feels like it's crooked this way. Then my distortion is. I need to come back a little bit. Why keep the concrete pillar on the left? Just for framing. That's all. It's weird. Weird. Getting a weird line. Hold on. I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to fix this distortion, but it's bugging me. Do that. Still looks a tiny bit off, but okay, let's deal with this. All right, let me work on this crop. It does have keystone tools in it, Dave. But yeah, it doesn't have any automated keystoning. Let me see if I can see if it's without this stairway. This is a stairway of some kind. Maybe this will do, and then just pull back some of the orange here, or this red orange kind of color. All right, I think that's the crop is. What did I do here? I messed the crop up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Randy. I really appreciate that. Let me crop a little bit wider. Let me see. Now it's too much parking garage. I bet a vertical would be better. Let's try 3x4. Yeah, I still didn't get the perspective right. Keep some of this blue. I got this keystoning off. Definitely needs to be this way more. And then tilt it back this way again. All right, close enough. I'd have to spend a little more time on this. But let's look at the before and after. Oh, we need a little bit more on this side. Okay. All right. Final edit. It's a little bit of a rush job, but I think basically what I'm trying to do is saturate these colors more and then get rid of some of the elements. I mean, repeating patterns are always nice in an image, but they're broken up by this like stairway or elevator case. Same thing with this. There's nice patterns and leading lines coming in here, but they're just a little bit off because of the distortion. So I didn't want to keep too much of that. I think a square crop might be better, but I think yes, maybe a square crop. That's a little better. A little bit more garage. A little bit of everything in there, but okay. Bob thinks the orange over here is more interesting. Let me see. You know, maybe in black and white this would work, Bob. Is something more on the right side? But it's a little bit still doesn't work for me this way either. I mean, I'm trying to think about the whole side here, but I think my original crop here works. Something in this range. I think this works. I mean, I'd like to get a little more feel of the garage kind of being so overwhelming compared to the rest of the image, but I guess it's a separate building, right? This is like a separate structure, maybe not, it may not even belong to this unit or something, but okay, let's move on to the next one. I have so many to do today. I'm sorry, who sent that in? Thank you, Neo. No, not Neo. SF Sice. Okay. Oh, that's a new person, EM5 Mark III. I think you need to go back to the scene and try and work a couple of different compositions. But okay, let's try the next one here. Oh, SF Sites, you're here. Yeah, no problem. Not a great job, because I'm rushing today, but I think if you go back there and try some different compositions, I think you can get a really, really good shot of that, because there's really a lot of interesting colors and architecture there. Lots of repeating patterns, and what would be really cool, you get a tighter shot with somebody walking along the balcony. That would be cool. Oh, thank you, nature. I appreciate it. All right, this is a nice little bumblebee picture. Okay, a tiny bit soft, Neo. Your EXIF here. Sony. Oh, the a Sony with like an old adapted lens on it. Looks like that's why. Uh, yeah. I've seen a few images from this lens from you, Neo, and I'm not really happy with this lens personally. It's always a little bit soft. Like the contrast is not very good. Um, this needs to be a square crop, I think. We'll do one by one. Let's come in tighter on the B, because that's kind of the idea. What lens is this exactly, Neo? Because the EXIF data is a little bit vague. All right, let's see if we can add some sharpening. And pop art. I'm going to pull the contrast back. Just a little bit there. Let me add some yellow and orange. See if I can bring the B out a little bit stronger. Yeah. More orange. And tighter here. A little bit more yellow. Let's add a vignette. 12. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm not sure I'd like this thing. Let me see. Bigger brush. Blur. Wow, that's not blending in at all. Why? Try from down here. No, all right, forget it. We'll leave it in there, but okay. It's a little bit more crop. Get rid of this dead flower on the bottom so that all we have is bokeh in the background. Kind of like this. And I'm done. Let me pull back the blue a little bit. Just a little bit too strong. Okay. Quick before and after shot. But yeah, just crop in tight on the B, add some pop to it, and we're done. That was a relatively easy edit. um, okay, let's move on to the next one. Button, button, button here. All right. Ooh, let's see, we have a hawk here. Oh, thank you, Randy. Thank you, Neo. Let me reset everything here. Going on with the exposure. Oh, this is already cropped in pretty well. What's the EXIF here? Olympus 50 to 200, ISO 200, 1/320th of a second, 1/3200 of a second. Zoomed out to 147. Must be an adapted lens because there's no, it's not adapted. This is a 4/3 lens on an EM1, looks like. Okay, so let's, yeah, birds are a pain. So let's see if I can put some gradation back in. Oops. Where did gradation go? Auto. You had it on low key gradation. That's why the feathers are all gone. And then just a little bit of sharpening this way. And see if I can bring the shadows back in. Let me do it this way. Too much. Good shot of raptor and clarity and brightness. Yes, the birds are a real pain, but you should try sharks. All right, let's I know it's a little soft, but this computer renders relatively slow. If I throw some dehaze in, I might be able to bring some of the feathers back, some definition into the feathers. Let's do with a little contrast. The haze just adds contrast to the highlights. That's all it does, basically. Von Schwarzschild. But when it's adding contrast to the highlights, it has to smooth out the tone curve in the shadows. So a lot of times the shadows get crushed a little bit too dark. So you have to be a little bit selective when you use dehaze. Like you want to dehaze the skies so it adds contrast to the highlights, but then when it adds contrast to the highlights, it automatically crushes the way the tone curve has to stay smooth. It's my theory anyway. The tone, you know, from using it a lot, it seems like that the tone curve gets crushed in the shadows when it's trying to add contrast to the highlights. But it doesn't do a lot in the midtones. It does mostly highlights and deep shadows and tries to keep the midtones flat. As you'll notice, I added a bunch of dehaze here, but it's not really doing a lot here, which I'm trying to make the midtones. I think that's the best I can do here. Let me, because it's already cropped in. Let me see if I can crop in 200%. See. I could probably do a little bit more on the sharpness. And my radius of 1, a threshold of 10. Give that a second to render. Okay, that helps a little bit. Just about right, actually. Maybe just a tad more here. Pull this back a little bit. And let's, oh, I don't have the noise filters here, so. Yep, I think that's it. So here's a before and after. So yeah, I just brought out all of the feathers and detail the best I can because this is already really cropped in tight. This image here is only probably not even a 1 megapixel image. What the heck? It says here 4608 by 3456. And you had your shadow set to -7? That might be part of the problem. And you were using low key gradation. So it's almost like you had your camera set for very punchy black and white images here, Jose. And then you saw a bird and decided to get a quick snapshot. These are not settings I would use for a bird in flight. Not at all. But yeah, that's my final answer right there. I think that came out all right. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's what happened is he was probably shooting other stuff because he had really high contrast, particularly shadows at -7. And then he had low key gradation set, so it's like everything opposite that you would do for a bird in flight shot. Oh yeah, for especially very dark nighttime at night, you want to have I like to crush I mean it's all personal preference, but I like to crush the shadows because at night there's so much noise in the shadows. When you dial in a -7, you hide all of the noise, and then you can focus the composition on just the midtones and highlights and the objects that are in that kind of lighting, rather than trying to get like a balanced scene, because it's not going to happen at night. There's just too much grain. Yeah, a little bit of composition wouldn't hurt here. I agree, Craig, on that. I didn't put much thought into that, but you know, something a little bit more so it's flying into the scene like this would make more sense. Probably a 4x3 would be good here, like this. So I think that's a little better composition. Okay, let's try the next one here. Oh, we got a mailbox. Good detail. I think what I'll do, let me zoom in just a little bit. I think I need to crop in quite a bit, like something in this neighborhood. Oh, thank you, nature. Wonder if I can do anything with this brickwork or stonework, I guess that's what it's called. I'm gonna get rid of this grate here. Okay. I mean, just skewing an image like this would just look so weird. I'm not gonna do it. But that's about as straight as I can get it. So I'm just working with the verticals to get it straight instead of working with the skewing, because this is almost a three-quarter shot. These kind of shots, when you have a corner like this, you want to try and get like a straight on, so it's a little bit more, you see a little bit more equally both sides. Yeah, I like this blue. I'm not sure how I'm gonna save this though. Or what, not save it, but what direction I want to go. Because this gold is too flat. And this brickwork has potential. I'd almost want to do a partial color, except I would lose the gold and the red. Let me see. See what happens when I saturate the gold. So now the gold is at least up to the same saturation as the blue and the red. And then actually I'm gonna desaturate everything. Maybe not quite that much. What I'm doing is, like I said, I wanted to get the gold and the blue at the same saturation level, then desaturate everything. All right, I think that's about what I'm thinking. Now let's add some contrast. That. And some sharpness and turn off. Let's see. This is a JPEG, so this is a mailbox. It's a fancy mail. It's both. It's art and it's a mailbox. That's what I think. All right, let me look at the before picture again. I wish I could do something with this line, but it's I would have composed this a little bit differently to make these lines work a little better with this box. But okay, I think I'm done. Maybe some vignette, that's it. That might be too heavy, but let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. All right, final answer. So yeah, again, all I had to do is basically bring the saturation of the gold up to the same level as the blue, then desaturate the entire image because the blue is too strong, and then work with the tone curve to bring the contrast back in, and then a little bit of a crop because this grade over here is not helping. And we're done. Okay, let's go to the next one. Thank you, guys. You guys are so kind. Oh my god. All right. This is kind of cool. Pound cool. What does that say? Classics is cool. Okay. That's got to go, whatever that is. Pine cone tree. And this needs a lot of perspective correction. But I'm going to keep this sign here. I like this sign. So, yes. All right. Let me see if I can crop this somewhat. Let me just start with the square crop. I might change. That's weird. Why is that not 1:1? What's going on with the X? Let me look at the EXIF here. EM10 Mark II with a 17. This is like 1718. ISO 200. Everything is normal here. Why is... What the heck is wrong with my cropping tool? This is... Let me reset. Try again. 1:1. All right, there we go. Workspace is weird sometimes. I only need to see this much of the building. Let's see. Okay. Now, let me fix the skewing errors a little bit. Okay. Ditch the pound sign. I like this. I like the pound sign. I like the pound sign. That's what this whole scene is all about. All right. All right, that's close enough for the skewing errors. Now let's see if we can bring back the exposure to and bring some of the shadows. Throw in a pop art 1. And let's work with the saturation back. Where are these shadows? They're a little bit low right in here. So, and white balance, we got to warm it up just a tiny bit. Let's try 6500. Okay. The haze and clarity. This skewing error is still bugging me a little bit. All right. Close enough and a slight tilt back. I think that's it. So basically, yeah, what I wanted to do is just focus on this pound sign and the entrance. All of the rest of this just is non-informational. It doesn't add anything to the image. Because of all the skewing errors and it's not being centered, you know, we can't really do much architecturally because there's some nice architecture here as well. But it's a little bit artificial, you know? So I decided just to kind of focus on the information in this scene, and that is the pound sign, this flag, and the entrance. Because when you do real estate photography, architectural photography, you know, if the architecture is not that interesting, then you focus on the information that's in the scene. And if anybody was going to visit this place, this is all the information they need to know, right? The hashtag, the entrance, and this flag. So, oh, this Levente's image. I haven't seen you here today, though, Levente. But if you're watching this later, yeah, really focus on your level meters and stuff to try to, you know, get everything perfectly straight as you can. And that'll, because, man, these skewing errors are a pain in the butt sometimes. But okay, let's see. Let's go to the next one. Oh, I only got 10 minutes left here. Well, about 30 minutes before I have to go. This is from probably Thomas Bundy. Okay. Uh, let's see how we did. Good focus on the stars. Let's see the EXIF data. This better not be a JPEG though. All right, it's a RAW. So we used an EM5 Mark II with a 12 to 40 Pro, ISO 1600 f2.8, 15-second exposure. Good job. Really good job on the exposure data. Yeah, Lightroom's a much better photo editor for this kind of stuff, but I'll do what I can with I just don't understand why all of my uh workspace settings are like left where the previous, they're supposed to all reset when I pick a new image. I don't know why it's not doing that today. Let me see. I'll have to work with the tone curve maybe. And me. This is really an image I need to do in Workspace, but I mean in Lightroom. Workspace just does not have the granularity on the controls. Wow, that. What really needs to happen, you need to really, I have to draw like about 10 different points in here, which is the limit to bring out, which is something that Lightroom is really good at. Workspace is just a little bit harder to bring this out, as you can see. I need another point. Oh, okay. I think this is the best I can do in Workspace, honestly. These, I try and pull this down, I think I'm gonna mess up. Where are these at? These are in there too. Hmm. All right, let's do a quick before and after. Yeah, God, I'm sorry, Thomas. I cannot do this in Workspace. Workspace is like the worst astrophotography editor. I'm gonna give this a mark. What I'm gonna do, Thomas, I'm gonna do this in Lightroom later. I'll come back to this one, so I'm gonna mark it because there's a lot of detail here that I can't get from Workspace. Because you did a damn near perfect exposure on it, but Workspace is not good at astrophotography. But okay, let's see. We got a marina. Let me try 1:1. Lots of good detail. This is a sharp lens. Oh. For here. Okay, I don't think we need. There's just. I'm gonna try something. Who's this from? This is from Trevor. Okay. I see two different shots in this image that might work. Something like this. Maybe not quite that tight. Let's try 9:16. Maybe this, but it's a little bit too busy over here. Or, yeah, like Bob is saying, a 16:7, like this. Yeah, that's a little better. All right, let's straighten it. And this needs a ton of dehaze. Tiny bit of clarity. Uh, maybe even a black and white. I think this will look better black and white. So, okay, I'll take a look EXIF on the EXIF data. Let me try black and white. Yeah, I'm gonna go black and white. So let's look at the EXIF real quick. EM1 Mark III with a 40-150 f2.8 and a 1.4 teleconverter. Yeah, that's why it's so sharp. This is like an awesome lens. ISO 200 f6.3, 1/320th. Yeah, everything is perfect here exposure wise. Yeah, it's a perfect. You think color's better, Roman? Let me go back to. He had this set on Vivid, I think. Let me see. I'm not a fan of the color. Maybe if I warm it up a bit. Let's try 6000K. Oops. 6000. Not 2000. Just tiny bit warmer. I could maybe go for this color, but I think black and white is still better. Let me look at my crop again. I gotta look at it full screen. I know you guys can't see it, but let me look at this full screen. Yeah, I'm going black and white. And then I'm gonna add a red filter, a lot more dehaze. And then, come on, render, hurry up. My new computer was definitely faster than this. Wait, it's still rendering, come on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rush through a little bit, but I think, yeah, this is kind of, this was also shot in low key. I don't think we need to be low key. Oh wait, that last, yeah, that last. Let me go back to low key. I think that last change. Oh my God, the rendering. Come on. Oh yeah, Bob, my last. I don't know what happened. I just could not get the camera to work. The PC works otherwise, but I couldn't get the camera to work for live streaming. All right, let's do it before and after. This is as close as I can get. Uh, just taking forever to render. But the colors here are all so muted, and the haze didn't really bring out enough for me. So I decided to go black and white and just work with the tones in the image. So, and a 16:7 wide works. And if you could see this full screen, there's a lot of nice detail in the image all around in here that I think if this were a large print, this would be a lot more interesting than it is when you're looking at it on the screen. Because it's really got a lot of interesting things going on. You know, there's some people canoeing over here or kayaking. There's some people, you know, doing, what do you call it? I don't know, cooking hot dogs and stuff over here, camping. And then you got this weird structure here. So yeah, uh, definitely this needs to be larger because it's still rendering, this computer. Okay, just finished rendering. So I think I got most of the tones right. But there's just so much going on in here that would make this an interesting picture. Let's go to the next one. What is this? Some kind of it's from Randy. Hey Randy, this is interesting. It's almost like a natural statue in the middle of the forest. Um, so we just have blue and green though. We don't have any colors. I mean, I hate to go black and white every time. I'm gonna try and stay color this time. Let me. Um, we go hardcore on the color. Let's warm it up a bit with some white balance. Yeah, 6,000 would do it. And let's see. Actually, I think let's pull the saturation back a little bit. Um, just a little bit there. Start gradation at normal. Get a slight tilt. And let's try an auto gradation. I want to try and bring some of the detail out back here. Okay, that's better. Now we can work with the tone curve a little bit. I might have to desaturate some more, but what is this tone here? This is, wow, this is really dark. I don't know if I can save that. Okay. Now, where are my reds? Oh, I can't adjust color. Okay. Dang it. What the heck did you shoot this on? Oh, an EM1. God, Randy, you really brought out the old gear for this one, huh? EM1 and 12mm f2. Where's your EM1X at? If this is the same Randy, I don't know if this is your shot, Randy, that you're here. Okay. I think that's all it needs, really. Just a little bit of tweaking here and there. Let's see before and after. Yeah, basically it just needed a lot more pop. Because the image on the left was kind of flat. And there's so many, I mean, there wasn't a lot of colors, but just enough to kind of make it interesting. That I didn't need to go black and white. As tempted as I was. I was really tempted to go black and white. But all right, let's move on. Okay, so we have a guy here contemplating his decisions in life. Like he could have been like a tennis superstar. Oh, thank you, nature. But we have the skewing errors again. You know, everything is skewed in. Okay. I think I like this city line, but it's behind the fence. So I'm gonna get rid of the city. The city is totally all behind this fence. Murat sent this. Murat's been sending some stuff in pretty regular. I appreciate that. I'm gonna focus on this guy. So let me bring him out a little better with the gradation. And be a little more. A little more. And let me just skew a little bit. I might be able to use these buildings actually. Let me see. Need. Oh, I don't have keystoning? Come on. Why is keystoning disabled? All right. I don't know why, but I doubt I'm going to be able to do it with trapezoid. Yeah, I can't do it. I really need the keystone tool, but okay, so be it. I don't know why Workspace limits everybody like that. Still some distortion here. Hold on. A little bit off. Yeah, it's not in the mood today, right? I like this line back here. Let me try a couple of different crops here. Dang it. I don't think that's enough. That's too tight. I like to cut it off here, but then we lose all of this. Ugh, without the keystoning, I'm not liking this weird angles. That's an interesting idea, Roman. It's 9 by 16. I like the lighting back here. Like the guy is in the shade and then these buildings are in the sun. So it kind of gives this different kind of mood to it. But yeah, screw it. Let's try a tall crowd. You know, that it's not working. That's where I was thinking of going. Yeah, that works better. Now I don't have to deal with all the frickin' crooked lines in the rest of the image. And we still got some story here with this building. All right, let's work on the exposure a bit. Some dehaze, some clarity. Let me put a pin here. Yeah, that was a good suggestion, Roman. I didn't want to go for that at first, but it worked out. What I might need to do is just contrast it this way. That much. I'm wondering, since the colors are so muted in the bottom of the image, let me see what this looks like. Yeah, I like that better. That gets rid of the white balance issue I'm having, because this was a little bit too blue in the white balance and everything up here was, you know, golden hour. So that kind of solves that problem. Let me pull the dehaze off a little bit. I'm losing the shadow detail here. I don't think I can save it though. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. But this is the direction I'm going in. So on the vertical, you know, I got this corner down here to go, leading up to this guy, and then the tall buildings here. So if you look at the before and after, yeah, I think the vertical crop that Roman suggested really made the image. Um, yeah, okay. All right, thanks guys. Let's try the next one. Yeah, this is an easy dramatic tone filter. So let's do dramatic tone. And let's dehaze a little bit. And this is a little bit soft over here. Try clarity because the haze is not working. Yeah, yeah. See what I was saying about the haze earlier, it really only affects the highlight areas. It wasn't helping me here this time. And let's go. Go with a little more saturation. I have individual saturation. I wonder. Let me see. I do not. So, and I think this crop works as is. Maybe let me try a little wider. Let me try 16 by 9. Where is it? And a little bit tighter. Yeah. Right about there. Really soft over here though. Almost, it's kind of weird how it's very soft over here, but then this is tack sharp. That's why this looks weird to me. And I gotta fix the white balance a little bit. Needs a tad more magenta or something. I know. Okay, let me let that render and then I'm gonna just add a little bit more punch to it into the midtones here. So we're all in here. So let me pull these down a bit, pull this back up. Okay. Right about there. Let's see the before and after. Wow, that's dramatic difference. No pun intended. But yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, I like the idea of this dead space a little bit, but there we go. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Who sent that one in? Ian. Okay, Ian. Nice train though. Nice train shot. I'd have probably went vertical though instead of landscape. I don't know. That's a tough call. Let's see what we got here. How many we got left? Oh my god. All right, I'm not gonna make it. Let's see. Good detail on the moth. What do we use here? EM10 Mark II with a 50 millimeter f2.8 macro lens. A 60 millimeter, cut my eye, 60 millimeter. Okay. I mean, it'd be nice if the moth wings were open, but since they're not, let's just crop away. That's here. Oh, this is from Rob. Skipper butterfly is the raw image, almost deleted, but saw something that moved me to edit. I've edited this, post my version tomorrow. Okay. So you see something in this, huh? I'm just gonna crop it. Where are my tools here? So I'm just gonna forget about all the wings. Go for the antennas. Let's see. Then I'm gonna angle it because I don't like verticals on bugs. Let's see. Something like that. And let's add some sharpening back in. Might have to do more with an unsharp mask, but yeah. Okay. Let me see what this does to it. Ah, that's too strong. Let's just do it manually with this. Normal gradation's fine. Let's do vivid. Clarity. And give it some nice punch here. Okay. Let me work on this detail a little bit. Go about here. Let's do about a little less than a pixel. I'm on a similar path. Okay, good. Oops, let's see if we can kill some of the noise. And all right, my computer froze. Hold on. There we go. All right, some vignette, and I think I'm done. Oh, you can't see the full screen. Hold on. Let's look at the before and after. Yeah, I think that works. I think that's a nice edit of this bug. Since the wings are closed, we just crop it out, right? All right, yeah, I'm gonna go. Let me look at the weather real quick. God, wow, there's quite a bit more here. Hold on. Yeah, it stopped raining, so I'm gonna go on a photo walk. Maybe after the photo walk, I'll come back tonight and do these again, or do it maybe tomorrow morning. What time is good for you guys, though? I mean, I enjoy doing these, but I want to go out and do a photo walk too. Let's see. Okay. All right, I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody's today. I might come back tonight and just start another stream on the fly. Maybe fix my laptop too. You know what? Only thing I did different is I upgraded this to 40 gig of RAM. That's the only thing I did, and now the frickin' live streaming is not working. You would think more RAM would be a good thing, right? But in any case, I appreciate you guys bearing with me for this all these technical difficulties, and as always, I really love you guys sending your pictures in. They're a lot of fun to edit, and you know, bounce some ideas off each other on what works. But yeah, Thursday will be the same time, but I might come back and finish these tonight on a live stream for everybody. The other thing that someone suggested, I think it was Rob. Rob shoots photos. He suggested that I email the edits that I did back to you. So if you super chat $25, no, I'm just kidding. But if you guys want me to email the edits that I did back to you, you know, like a JPEG, I can do that because, you know, when you submitted the images, I get your email. So I can send them back to you if you want. So you can look at them for yourself on your own computer, right? But awesome. Okay, guys, thanks for letting me go on a photo walk. I appreciate that too. But I'll be back and fix these up for you next time. Especially that astrophotography one. I'm gonna do that one in Lightroom because, you know, Workspace just kind of sucks. Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of mushrooms out on the photo walk today. So I'm gonna try and do some macro shots or close-up shots with some flash. Because I'm a little bit out of practice on flash after yesterday's photo walk, I tell you. But I appreciate you guys coming in today, and just keep an eye out on my channel this evening or later, like in a few hours, and see if I pull a new stream up to finish these or not. All right, thanks again.